seeing guys in the clubhouse for such a long period of time, whether it was 15 years, 16, 17, 20, and it's just strange when all of a sudden they're all gone.
They just did so much for the game of baseball, and more importantly, Yankee baseball. You know, the fans had a real connection with those guys.
It would be impossible to overshadow those guys that, you know, that created such a great impact on, you know, already tough to crack, you know, Yankees legacy.
You know, it's going to be different, and it's not necessarily better or worse. It's just different.
The transitioning, going younger and stuff, I think it's going to be a lot of excitement.
Put a new chapter in the page, you know, young guys coming up, do our stuff we have to do.
Ideally, we get to leave our own impact.
It's definitely different, and I think it gives us an opportunity to build a new core, and I think that's important.
Change is never comfortable. Change is daunting. But sometimes change is necessary.
Deep to left, it's on its way, there it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series! The Yankees are back on top, world champions for the 27th time.
Getting ready to stop somebody? Bringing up the rear, number 98 and 99. You want to go first?
Like get in front of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go to first. You go ahead, go ahead.
Sometimes you just got to be your own person, your own style.
It looks good, right? Yeah, it's good. Okay. Making sure.
There were a lot of unfamiliar voices around George M. Steinbrenner Field when spring training opened this February.
I'm doubting that one. You're good. Double, possible triple. Last round after this.
The one that may most represent the transition into a new era is that of Didi Gregorius.
Good, more relaxed, I'm not gonna lie. Here. Feeling great. Off the wall. Instead of try to do too much, just relax and just go with it. So we're just putting it down here? See that ball that hit to Hideki right there? Like during the game, that would be enough. That was fine. Yeah. Hey man, how's it going?
Yeah, that's all I want in the morning.
Maybe a hug? Yeah. Maybe a hug her every day now?
The comparisons the 25-year-old will draw are unavoidable. The last time the Yankees didn't have Derek Jeter at shortstop was 1995. Gregorius was in kindergarten.
Alrighty then. There's no reason to put pressure on myself. It's not going to help you. Just try to relax and just go with it.
Gregorius may have the tallest task, but he isn't alone in what amounts to a changing of the guard. The last member of the core four has graduated, and the new shortstop is one of many players that get the first crack at writing the next chapter in Yankees history.
There's a lot of veteran guys here, and there's a lot of new faces too. I'm one of them. It's just for me getting to know everybody. Like I came here early, like a week early, and start practicing with you guys. Get to know each other, and trying to get together and have a good season.
For us now, we just got to go out there and win. We have a great team. I feel like with help, we'll go a long way, and it's kind of nice to start something of your own, I guess. So if you could go out there and win, I think the fans will always remember you.
I think we have an opportunity to go out there and accomplish big things. We have a lot of great players and a lot of talent, so we can kind of make our own story.
Including Gregorius, there are 15 players on the 40-man roster who have yet to appear in a regular season game for the Yankees. That number balloons to 29 when you add in players who have played one season or less in pinstripes. Most of the familiar faces from the last 2 decades have either retired or moved on. Gone are the days when players would defer to Derek Jeter or Mariano Rivera for leadership. Instead, a new collection of voices are emerging.
I don't think there's any one person that's going to be the captain of the Yankees anytime soon, and I don't think there needs to be.
There's not one guy that needs to step up and say, I'm the leader, or this and that. We got a lot of guys that lead by example, that show up every day.
You know, you don't necessarily need just one guy. I hope to be one of many on the team that help fill that leadership void maybe that's left the last few years, but I think we have the guys to do it, and hopefully I can be a small part of it.
We got a lot of veteran guys in the clubhouse, guys that have maybe not come up through the Yankee organization, but you know, a guy like Carlos Beltran and Mark Teixeira and CC and Jacoby and Brian McCann, guys that have accomplished a lot of things in their careers, and you know, guys that I look up to.
The game is over. See ya. A 3-run game-winning pinch-hit home run from Brian McCann.
I think for younger guys, you come into camp and you got a lot of veteran guys that have done some really great things in this game. When guys need help, we got a lot of guys in there that are more than capable enough to give their opinion.
You know, I remember when I was a young guy too, so you know, it's nice to be able to try and keep things loose and make guys feel like they fit in.
You don't get too high, you don't get too low, and you help the other guys that you know that are learning that to stay level-headed and to stay even-keeled and understand that the ups and downs are going to happen, and you know, try to maximize the ups.
At some point, you're going to have a 21, 22, 23-year-old kid come up that might not be ready, but he's forced into action, and you want him to feel like he's wanted, you want him to feel comfortable, and you want him to feel at home, because he's going to perform his best when he feels like he fits in.
This group of veterans will be responsible for leading a growing core of young Major League players. But looking beyond opening day, there is also plenty of potential in the pipeline.
All right, what are we talking? What's your mic? Hello, hello, I'm Luis Soho.
Sometimes it feels like I'm getting it and you're like getting to the bag.
Just throw it.
Okay.
Hey, I got the Luis Soho assist today. I just want to try to be in the best position where like my mistakes still give me a chance, you know. Thanks, dude.
I just said, hey.
Oh, I said, dude.
Why are you automatically assuming someone complimented you?
Dude, I'm sorry. No, dude.
Great job.
Since the departure of Robinson Cano, Yankees fans have penciled in Robert Refsnyder as the second baseman of the future. Despite the pressure of being a top prospect, the 24-year-old's performance has continued to match the expectations. Regardless of the hype, Refsnyder remains focused on one thing.
Just trying to get ready for the season and put in your work and get ready and get ready to go whenever opening day is. Whether, you know, it's Scranton or Major League level, I think, you know, just playing competitive baseball, good baseball, the best baseball I can play is what's most important for me, and all I can do is, you know, take care of myself and, you know, get ready for the season.
Well, there's a lot of excitement and optimism. You know, there's obviously some risk at the same time because they're, you know, not finished products. And so I think there's a lot of, you know, compelling stories to follow, and we're hopeful that most of them answer in a positive way for us.
My deal has always been, Michael, as you know, is balance. I mean, free agents, marquee players, yes, and young players. And that's something we've been lacking the last couple of years. But now you're going to start to see these guys come. We knew they were there 2 years ago, but they were in single A. Well, they're not anymore.
It's easy to predict that some of these younger guys like a Refsnyder, you know, can't. It's easy to say that. But it's really exciting when they actually cross that threshold and establish themselves. And those are great stories to follow.
The uncertainty and promise that follows an injection of youth can be buoyed by experience. By combining the two, change is an easier concept to embrace.
I've been able to be a part of a lot of things. You know, I came up in 2008, so I got to play in the final year of the old stadium and the first year of the new stadium, and not a lot of people get to say that. So, you know, here I am 6 or 7 years later, and I'm still getting after it, and you know, I'm excited about this year. We've got a lot of new faces. We've got a new team, if you will. But I think we've got a really, really good team, and if we can keep our pitching staff healthy, I think that we're going to have a really special year.
I think about the time before when there were a lot of Yankees young players. It was the middle 90s, and the Yankees put together a really long run of success, and I think you have to have that, and I think you're starting to see a lot of young players come up and make an impact, and I think there's a lot more on the way.